Hey nerds, we are going to do a spoiler-free review of Tron Ares, which will be in theaters this Friday, October 10th. Is this movie another Disney flop or an amazing thrill ride? We'll find out starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I am Colin.
And I'm David.
So before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate your support, and we are growing on all our social media platforms. We also have a website, thenerdsocial.org, where you can find more analysis and commentary on movies and television. So, Tron Ares is based on the characters developed by Steven Lisberger and Bonnie MacBird. The story is by David DiGilio and Jesse Wigutow. The screenplay is also by Jesse Wigutow and is directed by Joachim Roning.
And the cast consists of the following: Jared Leto as Ares, Greta Lee as Eve Kim, Evan Peters as Julian Dillinger, Jodie Turner-Smith as Athena, Arthur Castro as Seth Flores, Hasan Minhaj as Ajay Singh, Cameron Monaghan as Caius, Gillian Anderson as Elisabeth Dillinger, and Jeff Bridges as Kevin Flynn.
Spoiler-free logline of this movie is: a highly sophisticated program, Ares, is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission. So, David, what are your spoiler-free thoughts on this movie?
I've been a fan of the Tron series ever since the 1982 movie, and I've been waiting for this for years since Tron Legacy. But I try to have low expectations. It is much more than I expected, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, for me, when you watch the trailer, the visuals are just so stunning. It's a spectacle, and the scale is just so amazing. I just rewatched the trailer today, and it was just, wow, awesome. Especially if you see it on IMAX, which we did, both David and I. It's just mind-blowing. AI is definitely at the forefront of this movie. It's all the rage right now in our real world, and you can conceivably visualize that this may happen in the near future. The Matrix came out in 1999, and the movie AI, directed by Steven Spielberg, came out in 2001. Since then, there's been a lot of movies that have dealt with this topic. Disney just glossed over the real world debates because, of course, it's Disney. And their take on it is basically, how bad do you want to do the Tron light cycle run at Disney World? So that's the tone of this movie. The light cycle chase scene was pretty good, and the action sequences were not bad at all. I was very impressed by that. The tech consequences and the real world ramifications is touched upon on the surface level, especially with John Dillinger, who is portrayed by Evan Peters. And the ethical concerns, not really addressed fully. I think that Gillian Anderson's character did bring that up a little bit, but again, it's Disney. Disney's not going to dive deep into those things. They are here for entertainment purposes. Lastly, creating something from the digital world to the real world requires extraordinary amount of data and lots of electricity. It's been in the news that the cost of electricity in some parts of the United States has increased dramatically due to increased demand of data storage centers for things like AI. There's definitely some of those echoes of the real world that's in here, but overall, just think of it as entertaining. It's not something that you're going to get into a deep dive discussion about AI or about tech or about how we see the relevancy of these type of issues into our real world. So, David, I did not see Tron Legacy, which was the last movie in this series. If you could give some few non-spoiler thoughts, if possible, on how this movie is connected to this new movie and also to the original Tron.
The first Tron movie back in 1982 was starred by Bridges, which is actually one of his first film debuts as an actor. Where his character, Kevin Flynn, who is a gaming expert, created a game called Space Paranoids. It was a big hit, but it was stolen by Edward Dillinger, who was played by the late David Warner. His character tried to expose the truth that he's the true maker of Space Paranoid. Kevin Flynn tried to hack inside the system, and he got sucked into the grid. And then he met Tron, who is a security protocol program. And then it was taken by the Supreme program by the Dillinger group. After they fought through the grid, they fixed the grid, and it cleared Karen Flynn's name that he's the proper owner of space paranoid, and it exposes Edward Dillinger's name. Now, Tron Legacy, which sets about 20 years later, Kevin Flynn, the CEO of Encom, mysteriously vanished, which left his son, Sam Flynn. Sam got this mysterious coded message from someone, and then he went to the source of where the message was from, and then he got sucked into it. And then he found his father, Kevin Flynn. He was trying to upgrade the system, no pun intended. And then he created his own program called Clue, which is like his digital duplicate. And something corrupted his program. And he cannot let Flynn go, as he needs Flynn because he is the source of the code, rather. Kevin Flynn saved his son and got him out of this grid with Cora, who was an ISO in the program, played by Olivia Wilde. Now it leads to Tron Ares, which set about 15 years later, which shows how AI is developing right now, which is, as Colin pointed out, is the rage. But now Ares himself is wondering, what is my purpose? Why you get to explore what is happening in the real world.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to leave off. I know that there was a lot of spoilers, maybe, for those that did not see the original Tron and also Tron Legacy. Definitely check those out on Disney Plus. They're out there. If you haven't seen it, go right ahead. In terms of rating, what would you give this new version of Tron Ares?
I would give it an 8 because it's more than expected, but there are some things that kind of dragged on a little bit, but it's not enough for me to get myself off the film, because I enjoyed the action. Especially, I give kudos to Jared Leto for portraying the character, and he nailed it.
Yeah, I also would give Tron Ares an 8 out of 10. I think that the misgivings that I have is definitely those ethical questions and also the questions that we have about artificial intelligence and tech. You really can't expect Disney to answer those questions. I think that if you're a fan of the original, go see this. Also go see it if you were very hyped about the trailer. And I just want to reiterate that the visuals were very stunning, and it's worth seeing it on IMAX if you have the chance to do it. And also, they really promoted the soundtrack with 9 Inch Nails, which is a big 90s group. So it brings a lot of the millennials back into it with their music as well. So a little bit different from how you, David, felt about the rating. We ended up at the same place, but different thoughts on it. So any other final spoiler-free thoughts about this movie?
In this case, let's enter the grid.
Okay, so, well, those are our spoiler-free thoughts on Tron Ares. Tell us what you think of the movie after you see it by commenting down below. Like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And we will see you in the next video. All right, take care, everybody.